According to experts, in the next 15 years, around 70% of land ownership is most likely to change hands as an aging generation starts to retire. That, of course, can be a catalyst for uncertainty, especially for the preservation of agricultural land and family farms, which is why having a succession plan can be so important.
In your lifetime, you typically accumulate stuff, and when you die, the idea is, where's your stuff going to go? Is it going to go to the people I care about and love? Or what's going to happen to it? Is it going to end up in the hands of the government via taxes? Is it going to end up with somebody I don't care so much about? And so the process of estate planning puts documents in place that dispose of your stuff at the time of your death. And so in one sense, it's an insurance policy where you put the documents in place and you have the peace of mind of knowing that there is a plan for what is going to occur.
According to Bojo, the process doesn't have to be a difficult one. As he says, it's just a matter of asking and answering questions that are important to you and the legacy that's been created.
When you work hard your entire life, you have something of a legacy that you've created, and there are ways to preserve that legacy, and putting something into place, going through a plan, having questions asked and answered about what would happen if you were to pass away in a sudden disaster or live the rest of your days out. What's going to happen with your legacy? What have you created over all these years? What values do you hold that are important? Do you want your grandchildren, great-grandchildren to be on this land? Do you care whether your children keep this land or not? There's no wrong answer, but knowing the answers are important.
Bojo says the most important part of succession planning is being proactive, no matter how long the process takes. As he says, diligently working to think out a plan and communicating that to loved ones often makes the process easier for everyone.
It needs to be a natural conversation, not something that's forced. And so many times the patriarch or matriarch just needs to sit down and thoughtfully and prayerfully think, what do I want to do? What do I want to have happen after I die? And then part two to that would be communication. That's the key to the kingdom. It's, whether that's a formal sit down with everybody at Thanksgiving, or whether it's a one-on-one conversation with each child, there needs to be communication. But it all begins with just taking the time to proactively just think about what I want to do. And that could be a 6 month to a year, one whole season it may take. But there's no deadline or timeline. It's just taking the time that you need to take to get to where you want to go.
Reporting in Rome for the Farm Monitor, I'm John Holcomb.